It is I, 6. I have come to bring a message to you, friends. Nah, scratch that. What's good, y'all? It's 6. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are covering how BNYX and Drake have made a sound. You know, that certain sound they made together. So, you know, Drake just dropped his album, so I'm gonna be referencing, like, some of the shit that's on there, you know? But yeah, let's get straight into this shit. Alright, first thing we're finna do, I'm gonna open up Heat Up 3 because Heat Up 3 has some fire key sounds, and you already know BNYX be using a lot of keys in his beats. It's like one of the go-to sounds. Heat Up 3 has a lot of unique sounding keys that I feel like is gonna match the vibe that BNYX be using. Alright, I like this one right here. His shit is so very simple. It's more so about creating something that's catchy and that will be stuck in your head easily. It's not so much about, I don't know, doing hella crazy shit with plugins. It's just like creating melodies that are catchy, you know what I mean? If you're wondering how I made those chords, in my head, I know that if I go 1, 2, 3 up, then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a minor chord right there. So first I just got my bass notes. So then I just built on top of that. And you're probably thinking, well, you have a major chord right here because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and then 1, 2, 3. And that's true, but you have minor and major chords in a minor scale. That's just how it works. And also, I'm doing this shit by ear, to be honest. All right, now let's add like a little like catchy element. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pitch up these middle notes in octave. And that's just gonna give us some extra range. And then I'm gonna pitch it down. So as you hear right now, this shit is very simple. But I'm gonna just leave the keys like that. So I'm gonna go to Heat Up 3 and I'm gonna add some more keys. His shit is like kind of vintage, so I'm using like lo-fi sounds right now. In that one song, it's like na 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 na. Okay, you know the okay. Everyone knows that shit by now. He was doing those fast little melodic things with the piano, like da-da-da-da. So I'm trying to add like certain elements that are similar to that, like this. You know what I mean? It's just like fast runs. So yeah, utilize that. And then I'm gonna go to contact session horns open because on that song, you know, the okay, he's using some horns. It sounds like it's almost like an anthem type song. This is more on his like catchy melodic side. He does have like more sad melodic stuff too. If y'all want me to make a part 2 on this video, shit, that could actually be good to like see his other side, like the more sad stuff and like the more dark shit. This is more like anthem, like catchy shit that he be doing. I'm just like referencing Drake's new album, you know, that's what this video is about. Yeah, just let me know in the comments. The day that session horns loads. And like I was saying, his sound is kind of vintage, it sounds to me. So I'm using the vintage section preset. What I'm gonna do is just literally follow the same bass note progression. I like to keep things fresh to the ear, like instead of repeating the pattern, the same exact pattern twice. Like this is so simple, so it needs some sort of variation, you know? So at the end on this, I'm actually going to the G sharp. I'm gonna keep this one, the C sharp, the bass, because this is like the bass down here. This is like an octave up. It's an octave copy, but on this one, I'm gonna go up because the same thing I did on this pluck sound, I did the same thing on this pluck sound. It's not the same melody as the main keys, but it's the same melody that the pluck sound was doing. And since this is already so simple, it's like you gotta have some type of different, you know, you need some sort of variation in melodies, you know what I mean? Now I'm gonna add a sub bass. BNYX be using a lot of sub basses in his beats, so I'm gonna use sub bass. And if you don't know what to do when you're using a one-shot sub bass, just copy these settings. So you keep this on, go to this little thing right here, boost this, EQ it like that, and then turn it down a little bit, and then do that, do this thing right here, the envelope, and then come over to the wrench, put this on 1, and then turn portal on, and you're ready to do your bass. Follow the bass note. and boom, you're done. And now for like some sort of ambience, because there'll be a lot of ambience in his beats, I'm gonna add like a pad that doesn't play throughout the whole thing, but it has like one section that just comes in. It's almost like an accent. So I'm gonna show y'all that. This one will be good. I'm gonna just put on the last notes to like emphasize the last notes. Alright, that's fire how it is like, you know, following that. I'm gonna add some more to these keys. And for the keys, I just changed it. So I added this little run up at the end of the chord before it repeats the chord again. So it's just like going back into the melody. Because I noticed in that one song, I was like, okay, that's what he was doing. So, all right, now we're just going to go onto the drums. Because honestly, the melody's done. Like, his shit is so simple, bro. This is hella simple. But I also noticed that he was doing, you know, high and low velocities with the hi-hats like this. And there's just a couple rolls. So I'm going to add some rolls. Fade that velocity out. See, it gives it that falling effect. And then for the second part, don't just keep it the same, you know, change this up. Change the, yeah, I mean, you can keep these two rolls the same, but this part right here, change it up. Yeah, something like that. All right, now for the drum sounds, you're gonna wanna use virtual sounds. And you're probably thinking, what the fuck is a virtual sound? Artists like Yeet and like, you know, underground artists, they're always using virtual sounds. Alright, this is what I got for the open hat. It's simple. And then repeat that. And one of the open hats were kind of overlaying the kicks on one part, so I added this little part right here. But that's right at the end of the bar, and that's gonna make it like conclude back into the start. See how it like makes the transition, you know? I'm gonna just speed it up, and then we gotta do the arrangement. Like I said, this shit is simple as fuck. Like, and we haven't even done like some of the effects that I'm about to show y'all too. For the most part, this is pretty much it. Now for the arrangement, normally what I would do is I would press Control B 4 times like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you got intro, chorus, verse. I'm gonna still have chorus and verse, but I'm not saying that he does this on every single one of his fucking beats, but what I noticed was that he was dropping it pretty fast. So like, I'm gonna do something like this. All right, so I'm literally just taking one part of the loop to where it will loop again, you know what I mean? That's why it's called loop, because it's gonna loop. And I took out the other sounds. And that's when everything comes in. And then for the second part of the chorus, I'm gonna take out this pad that you're hearing. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pitch it down to make it feel like it's evolving and shit. Then for the verse, then there won't be any pad. For the second part of the verse, I'm gonna pitch this pad up to make it feel like, oh, something's coming. And what's coming is that it's about to repeat. On the verse, I'm gonna pitch down the brass. That's just the first part, and then on the second, it's gonna come back in. For this lead pluck, I'm gonna make it unique on the second part of the chorus, and I just pitched it up an octave. And that's just also giving it more variety and like making it feel like it's evolving. On the last part of the chord or of the verse, I'm gonna take out that pluck sound, and that is gonna make it be like, you know, the main melody is gone, and that's because it's about to repeat. It's just because I don't want it to be too repetitive to the point where it's like playing the entire time. So I'm gonna have it at one part where it's like, all right, it's not in there, and that's the part where it's about to repeat. Then for when the verse comes in, take out the drums like this, and then create some sort of drop. As you see, there's no open hat on the first part. Then I created this like stair almost looking shape going down to where the instruments are getting like introduced. Then it drops out and there's only the kick. And that's transitioning into the second part of the verse. And like little transition like this, BNYX utilizes this a lot. Like he'll keep shit simple, but his variety in the beat is fire. Like I was listening through it, the beat changes a lot. It stays like the same melody and it's simple. What he does is like creates a lot of different variations like I'm doing right here. You can just duplicate from the chorus, starting from the chorus 1-2 times, the whole thing. Then what I like to do on the second chorus, I like to change it so it's not the same as the first chorus. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out this bass entirely from the first part of the verse. Or I said chorus, I was talking about the verse. And then this is gonna stay like this. And this is gonna completely go out. And there's not gonna be a last verse. It's just 3 choruses, 2 verses. That is it for the arrangement and the beat. But now I'm gonna throw some effects on the melody and I'm gonna just show y'all like some plugins I be using to make this shit sound. Oh, let me show you some sauce real quick. All right, come to the channel, right? You got everything ready to go. You wanna put it on a mixer track. Normally you would have to go through here and like put the number. All right, 1, 2, 3. Nah, don't do that. You see this over here? Right click this, right, and then right click everything you want. You want all the instruments first? All right, I just selected all the instruments. Now press Control L. Boom, linked to the mixer. Now you want the drums, so it's in order. All right, get all the drums, select all the drums. Remember, you're right clicking. Now press Control L again. Now everything's in order, and that was fast as fuck and it was easy. Now let's mix. All right, for the keys, I'm gonna put RC20, and I know a lot of people hate on RC20 because everyone fucking uses it now, but I use my own presets, and I use it in a different way. Most people just like, you know, slap the standard vinyl preset on. It sounds the same. I like to use my presets because I use RC20 in a way that like just overall just enhances the sound and makes it sound better, not necessarily more vintage. It just sounds better, you know. I'll just show you what I mean. This one sounds fire. Sampled 4. Honestly, this already sounds good, and so it doesn't really need anything. I'm gonna just stereo widen it a little bit. Something you need to do as a producer is know when a sound is already good, and you just don't need to put anything on it, because there's good sounds that people you just be ruining the sound for no reason when it's already good. Like you don't even need to put anything. For this pluck, this is like one of my favorite plugins. I literally use this all the time. Echo Boy. I'm gonna put a ping pong. I like this plugin so much because you can saturate it in the plugin. You have all these different modes. You got style edit. It's so in depth, like it's so far. This is gonna give us some movement. And I know it's just delay, simple, right? What I'm trying to get at in this video is that simple things that like you do with intent, like okay, I'm gonna do this because I already know how I want it to sound, and you get there with simple steps. Like over time, I've learned that simple, like doing simple shit, and like when you know what you're doing and you know what effect you're going for, you just know how to get there, minimal steps, you know? Now when it comes to dark shit, that's when you gotta throw every fucking plugin on in the world. That's actually still not true because there's times when I don't do anything to a sound, but I'm just saying. Now for these horns, I'm just gonna throw some RC20 on it because that's all it needs. And like I said, I was trying to make like the horn sound vintage. That's why I picked the vintage horns. So I'm making my sampled 5 preset is more lean to like vintage sounds, I guess. That's what I was going for when I was making this preset. But yeah, this just literally did it in one click. So yeah. And then this pad now just add some reverb, but it's already auto panning. But if your pad isn't auto panning, I suggest putting some sort of auto pan, like Pan Man on it, the Fire plugin. It basically just adds movement, pans it from left and right and shit. But yeah, you gotta have movement in your shit. And just for extra ambience, I'm gonna add some more reverb on the pad. I know there's already reverb, but like I'm gonna just add some more. that made it more in the background type shit. And now what I do is after I have the loop finished, I put my loop preset on it. Just named it okay because it's kind of similar to that beat. I'm gonna preview this beat, you know, let y'all hear it. That's the end of the video. I hope this video helped you, which I know it did if you apply the information. Go follow me on Instagram, stay up to date with what I'm doing. I'll be posting opportunities on there sometimes too, so if you're trying to work, go check that out. Let's get this video to let's try to get it to like 200 likes. But yeah, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell so you don't miss any of the sauce when I post videos. And yeah, it's been 6. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.